and welcome back to the First Impression, the video series where we watch the first episode of anime to see if they're any good. My name is WW Dadman. You already know that. Today we've got a pretty huge upload day, is what I'm gonna say. You're getting a lot more videos than usual because today we're checking out Yu-Gi-Oh! Which means not only are we checking out Season 1 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters, we're also checking out Season 0, because that's the previous frickin' iteration, which I also want to do a reaction to. We're also checking out all of the openings in Japanese. We're also checking out all of the English openings, because they are significantly different from the Japanese ones. So, that's a bunch of extra videos already. Then, we are also checking out Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, because, yeah, that was also suggested, and this is probably the best, like, time to include that as well. So we're also reacting to the first episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged and seeing about how well that does on upload. I'll maybe actually do the entire Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged series on YouTube in a bunch of extra reactions in the future. We'll see. Either way, all of that going up basically at the same time. So you'll get a huge dump of videos. I hope you appreciate it. I hope you enjoy, and we are going to start into my rewatch of episode 1 of Duel Monsters. Because obviously I've seen all of this show and like half of GX. So yeah, those are rewatches. And I've also already watched before the first episode of 5Ds. The rest is going to be 100% blind, because I never watched any of the newer shows, because I never finished either of the sequels to this. So yeah, I also never watched Season 0, so that's gonna be blind. And yeah, that's basically it. As I already said, the sequels to this, so GX, 5Ds, frickin' Reigns, Arc V, Zexal, and Sevens, and Go Rush are also coming up. I think I listed all of them there. Probably not in order, but we're going through them in order. Those will be every other upload until we're done with them, like we did with any of the other shows that had multiple iterations that we could watch separately. And seeing as, like, literally the entire game gets freaking re-explained every time, and there's always a new mechanic for a new season, then we can easily, like, go through all of these without having, like, technically watched the entirety of any of the seasons. Okay, I think that's all we need to talk about. Yeah. And yeah, that's basically it. So I'm very glad that I have an extended weekend to work with for this one, since Monday is a holiday. So I don't have to rush any of this and can like do full reactions like this without a problem, while not missing any of the other slots. Good. Let's start into episode 1 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters. Oh yeah, and as per usual, unblurred version of this on Odyssey. Link to that in the usual Google Doc that is linked at the top of the channel page. All unblurred versions of all episodes that we're reacting to this week are already up there when this comes out, so go ahead and watch over there at any pace you'd like.
の歴史、それははるか5000年の昔、古代エジプトにまで遡るという。古代におけるゲームは人間や王の未来を予言し、運命を決める魔術的な儀式であった。それらは闇のゲームと呼ばれた。今、千年パズルを解き、闇のゲームを受け継いだ少年がいた。光と闇、二つの心を持つ少年。人は彼を遊戯王と呼ぶ。
And something that a lot of people don't realize with this, Yu-Gi-Oh is technically a pun in itself, because it, like, if you look at how it's spelled, it's not just that the guy is called Yugi. Yu-Gi-Oh means King of Games, so yeah. A lot of people don't realize it, because it, I mean, you'd have to be able to freaking understand Japanese, so yeah, I don't know. Good opening. I mean, obviously, I'm nostalgic for the international version of the opening, of the first opening, because there were the version that I watched of the show was the German dub originally. I rewatched this in sub ages ago as well, but yeah, obviously, therefore, I'm nostalgic for the German opening, which is basically the English opening with, like, the very, very few things that are lyrics on that changed to German lines. So yeah, it's the same thing.
さあ、城之内くんのターンだよ。
By the way, and that's something I want to rant about for a moment. I do not get why in the world 4Kids Entertainment, on dubbing this show, thought it would be a good idea to localize the names of every single character except for Seto Kaiba and Yugi Muto. The others are somehow not worthy of keeping their names. I don't know. Joey Wheeler my ass.
何やってんだ城之内。なんだ知らねえのかよ、デュエルモンスターズ。なんだそれ。うるせえな、黙って見てろ。
手持ちのモンスターカードや魔法カードをうまく組み合わせて戦うゲームよ。
よし決めたぜ。これでバトル。
カードには攻撃力と守備力があって、先に相手のライフポイントをなくした方が勝ちってわけ。
さあユギ、お前のターンだ。
うん、僕の番だね。僕はこれで攻撃。
涼しい顔で出すか、そんな強いの。いきなり俺の負けじゃねえか。
1500 attack, totally a very strong card.
僕が強いんじゃないよ。じいちゃんがゲーム屋さんですごいカードマニアなんだ。それで強いカードが手に入るんだよ。
よし、放課後ユギんち行こうぜ。
うん、 きっとじいちゃん自慢の超レアカードも見せてもらえるよ。
超レアカード。まさかとは思うが、ひょっとして。
じいちゃん、ただいま。
おお、今日はみんな一緒か。
ねえ、じいちゃんのすごいカードをみんなに見せてあげてよ。
何？あのカード？
お願い。
お願いします。
しょうがないの。特別じゃぞ。わしの宝物じゃからな。これじゃ。これはブルーアイズホワイトドラゴンといっての超ウルトラ級のレアカードじゃ。
すっげえ。へえ、こんなのがね。
世界に4枚しかないうちの1枚じゃ。値段のつけようもないわい。
よし、じいさん、カード買うぜ。
これは売れんぞ。
そんなもん買えねえよ。なるだけ強いカードが入ってるやつくれよな。
いらっしゃい。
おめえは
海馬くん。
海馬コーポレーションの御曹司が一体何の用だい？
遊戯くんのおじいさんがカードマニアだと聞いてね。
お、海馬もデュエルモンスターズやるのか？そりゃちょうどいいや。仲間。
He's literally like freaking the owner of Kaiba Corporation. Come on. Anyway, what did I want to talk about? Oh yeah, Kaiba's freaking voice actor. Obviously later also played freaking Nanami in Jujutsu Kaisen, so that's where I first heard him.
おいおい、よしてくれよ。君たちにその資格があるのかな？
何？
僕はね、デュエルモンスターズじゃ全国大会で優勝するほどの腕なのさ。ま、君たちとはレベルが違うっていうか。
なんだと？黙って聞いてらいい気になりやがって。
やめなよ、城之内くん。
けどよ、超ムカつくぜ。
で、こんな店でもまともなカードはあるのかい？何？なぜ幻のブルーアイズホワイトドラゴンがこんなところに？まさか本物のカードに出会えるとは。
Yeah, the fourth copy.
これは売り物じゃないんでな。
じいさん、そのブルーアイズホワイトドラゴン1枚とこのカード全部と交換してくれ。
Those are all garbage cards, just saying.
すげえ。は
あ。ダメ。
交換がダメならいいねで買おう。言ってくれ。いくらなら譲ってくれる？
海馬くんじゃったか。わしがこのカードを手放したくない理由はの、単にこのカードが強いからというわけではないんじゃ。このカードはわしの大切な親友から譲り受けたものでの、その親友と同じくらい大切なものなんじゃ。いくら積まれても手放すわけにはいかんのじゃよ。
なんだと？
たとえそれがどんなに弱いカードでも同じなんだね。
そうじゃ。本当に大切なカードには心が宿るんじゃよ。
失礼する。カードは心だと。バカバカしい。カードは力だ。
Classic Kaiba.
必ず手に入れてやる。
海馬様、残り3枚のカードが手に入りました。
あとはあのジジイのカードだけか。
は。
I don't think that that was revealed in the dub, does it? Is it? That never, like, they cut that out in the dub.
いらっしゃい。
海馬様からデュエルのご招待でございます。武藤すごろく様。
断る。と言ったら。
力ずくでもと。
あの少年勘違いしている。カードの心を教えてやらねば。
何言ってんのよ。
じい はカード買いに来たぜ。おい、じいさん。
じいちゃん、ただいま。
留守？
鍵もかけずに不用心だな。
Conveniently phone calling exactly at the moment that they walk in.
はい、もしもし。
遊戯君、
海馬くん？
君のおじいさんを預かっている。うちのビルまで引き取りに来てくれないか。
え、どういうこと？海馬くん。じいちゃん、じいちゃん、しっかりして。
遊戯、ごめんよ。あの少年にカードの心を教えようと思って戦ったのじゃが。
じいちゃん。
遅かったじゃないか。
てめえ、じいさんに何しやがった。
デュエルをしただけさ。お互い一番大切なカードをかけてね。ただ僕の開発したバーチャルシミュレーターの刺激がちょっと強すぎたかもな。
卑怯な手を使ったんじゃないの？
まさか。その証拠に手に入れたこのカード。
じいちゃんの大事なカードを。
デッキに入れられるカードは3枚。4枚目は敵になるかもしれないからな。
4枚目。
And that's was that dubbed that way? Because yeah, I think that was when that got revealed in the dub. Because I remember that not being revealed instantly, just being revealed in that location. But yeah, maybe that is bad memory because I watched that like ages ago because I never rewatched the dub, obviously. But yeah.
わしのブルーアイスホワイトドラゴンが。
じいちゃん、しっかり。なんてひどいことを。
遊戯、これを。
え、じいちゃん。
これは彼とのデュエルで使ったカードデッキじゃ。
I dueled him and lost using this deck. Go ahead and use it to also lose. The logic of that never freaking worked.
お前ならあの少年に勝てる。本当のカードの心を教えられる。
でも、じいちゃんをこのままにはしておけないよ。
面白い。じいさんの敵討ちってわけか。受けて立ってやってもいいぞ。
遊戯、戦え。
え、
じいさんのことは俺
All right there, Eren.
たちに任せろ。お前はじいさんの言う通り、本当のデュエルをあいつに教えてやれ。
戦って遊戯。
みんな。
喧嘩ばっかやってた俺を変えてくれたのも遊戯、お前だ。お前ならできるって。
うん、分かったよ、じいちゃん。
頼んだぞ、遊戯。
さあみんな手を出して。ほら、私たちの友情。
Whoever didn't see that that's a smiley face? Because when I first watched this, I didn't freaking like notice that that's supposed to be a smiley face.
の印。
なんだこれ。
マジックのインクなんてすぐ消えちゃうけど、私たちの心の中でこの輪は決して消えたりしない。
うん。
ジョーのうち、おじいさんには私とホンダがついてく。あんたは遊戯を応援してあげて。
わかった。頼んだぜ、ハンズ。
Why is there a skip intro button now?
スペシャルルール。ライフポイントは2000点。ライフポイントがゼロになった方が負けだ。
Ah, my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh soundtrack playing in the background. The fact that, by the way, that this soundtrack, Passionate Duelist, can be used on YouTube without it ever getting copyright flagged is really nice, because I used it as background music in all of my pack openings for the Yu-Gi-Oh trading card game on the main channel.
バーチャルシステム始動。
That was at least the intro. There we go.
海馬、じいちゃんの魂のデッキにかけてお前に勝つ。
You know, with this first episode, with how many things that are already happening, this feels like this was already the full episode, but it was only half the episode. Like how fast-paced Yu-Gi-Oh! Was at the start. Not the card game, the card game at the start was not fast-paced at all. But this was before the card, like the trading card game released, and therefore before the rules for it were established at all.
モンスターが実体化した。
これがバーチャルシミュレーションシステム。
じいちゃんもこれにやられたのか。受けて立つぜ。俺のターン。砦を守る。翼竜。攻撃。なんだ。すげえ。一体これは。火球のつぶて。
兄様。
よっしゃ、やったぜ。
このくらいのハンデがないと面白くない。このカードで攻撃。
闇道化師？そいつの攻撃力じゃ。
確かに翼竜の攻撃力は1400、こいつは600。このままでは勝てない。だがこのカードを合わせて出すと
魔法カード。
その通り、闇のジェネレーター。闇のモンスターの攻撃力を
I don't think that that's a real card.
3倍にする。闇道化師サギーの攻撃。ダークフライ。どうだコンボ攻撃の破壊力は。
海馬め、このゲームを知り尽くしている。だが俺のカードはゲームマスターのじいちゃんが心を込めて作り上げたデッキだぜ。この中に何か秘策が。
Yep, and that's the secret strategy.
こんなカードじゃ闇道化師は倒せない。ここは別のモンスターを守備表示にして持ちこたえるしかない。
ダークフライ。
Sangan? Without activating the effect, because they did have that, apparently. But nice that they had Sangan in a deck that was literally an Exodia deck.
何やってんだ。
That's not a real monster.
死に損ないのジジイが残していったカードデッキだ。カードからも死に損ないの息遣いが聞こえてきそうだよ。
じいちゃんは俺を信じてこのカードを俺に託したんだ。俺には聞こえるぜ、じいちゃんの熱い魂の鼓動が。海馬、お前のカードに信じる力は宿っているか。俺はこのカードを信じるぜ。俺の引いたカードは暗黒騎士
ガイア。
ガイア。攻撃力2300。闇道化師に攻撃。何？スパイラルシェーバー。撃破。
You know, honestly, the way this was played at the time in the anime, it kind of doesn't make sense to even have any lower attack point monsters. Just like, what are the levels even for on this? You're just gonna summon them without anything?
やったぜユギ。勝負はまだわからないぜ。
結末はすでに決まっている。
It's actually interesting that they managed to do like a full like first season of the Duel Monsters anime with like that kind of weird ass game mechanic where you don't need to tribute. and only have 2,000 life points, and there's no direct attacks. This is kind of weird. It's kind of weird.
ブルーアイズホワイトドラゴン。
バカだ。
Well, and then he wins. Automatically. Unless you literally have Exodia in your deck.
じいさんのカードはあいつが破り捨てたんじゃ。
ブルーアイズホワイトドラゴンの攻撃。滅びのバーストストリーム。暗黒騎士ガイア粉砕。僕はどんな手を使ってでも欲しいものは手に入れる主義でね。デッキにはあと2枚のブルーアイズも揃っている。お前に勝ち目はない。そうやってカードがなくなるまで守備表示を続けるつもりか。2枚目のブルーアイズを引いた。素直に負けを認めたらどうだ、遊戯。
じいちゃん、俺は諦めない。魔法カード光の五風剣。フィールド上の全てのモンスターの攻撃を3ターン封じる。
無駄なことを。3ターン引き伸ばしたところで何ができる。
確かに会話の言う通り、俺の手札の3枚は
That's
意味不明
3
のカード。
parts.
これでどうやって戦えばいいんだ。
お前らしくないの遊戯。いいか、この世に意味
Grandpa Muto just freaking randomly appearing as a force ghost in the background.
のないものなどないんじゃ。お前が
Dude, you're not dead yet. Why are you doing that?
千年パズル。
そう、そのパズルのピースのようにカードにも
じいちゃん、
パズルのピースのように。
エクゾディア。このカードデッキの中に
You literally have 3 parts in your fucking hand already. Like, dude, how dense are you?
エクゾディアが。
デュエルモンスターズにはたった1体だけ5枚のカードが揃って初めて召喚できる無敵のモンスターが存在するんじゃ。じゃがの、未だかつてそれを揃えた者はおらんのじゃよ。
お前のターンだ。早くカードを引け。
今引くぜ。
And that's 4 of 5.
今さらどんなカードを引こうが同じことだ。僕のターン。新たなモンスターでお前の守備モンスターを。
Also, you literally had a freaking monster other than that in your hand. Why are you not playing that in defense mode anyway?
攻撃。ジャッジマン攻撃力2200。
Oh, you did. Never mind. Just didn't show it. Black Magician.
守備表示にして後でブルーアイズにやられるくらいなら。
You know what's that's another thing I want to rant about for a moment. I did that in like pack openings and stuff already on the main channel, but whenever Yu-Gi-Oh comes up, I'd like to do this rant. One, I do not get why the fuck 4Kids Entertainment decided to change an already English card name from Black Magician to Dark Magician. Black Magic, Dark Magic, not really a difference. And 2, I do not fucking get why the translation to German, 1, started apparently from the original name in Japanese, because the series calls it Schwarze Magier in German, which means Black Magician, while the fucking trading card game translated the English version and called it Dunkler Magier, which sounds like shit. Same for the frickin' like Blue Eyes White Dragon, English card name stayed English. Blue Eyes White Dragon in the frickin' trading card game. For some reason, the German dub of the show translated it as Weißer Drache mit eiskaltem Blick, which means white dragon with ice cold stare. And the fucking trading card game decided to just frickin' translate the English name literally. Blauäugiger weißer Drache, blue eyes white dragon. I don't get it. The fucking German version of the trading card game always looked like it's a fucking knockoff from China that is just not an official thing because the names didn't line up with the freaking monsters in the show. I hated that so much. Anyway, rant over. Let's continue.
ジャッジマンを攻撃ブラックマジックジャッジマン撃破
その程度痛くも痒くもない。封印が解けるまであとワンターン。僕の引いたカードは3枚目のブルーアイズホワイトドラゴン。ブラックマジシャンを攻撃。
By the way, let's recap. The only cards in Yugi's hand right now are 4 Exodia parts.
さあユギ、最後のカードを引け。
Draw your last pathetic card!
次のターン、3体のブルーアイズがお前に総攻撃をかける。どんなカードを引こうが、それで終わりだ。
おい遊戯もしこれらのカードが幻の召喚師エクゾディアのものならばだがこのラストターンで残された1枚を引き当てる確率は
Yeah, the odds of top decking your fucking game winner are incredibly low. You're the freaking protagonist of this anime. You're top decking whatever the hell you need.
あまりにも低すぎるカードが遠ざかっていくいや俺が怯えているんだカードを引くことにこのマジックの後は
私たちの友情の印。
ユキ、お前は一人じゃねえ。俺たちはこの輪で繋がってるぜ。
みんなありがとう俺はもう何も恐れない
ついに開き直って絶望に手を伸ばしたか。
それは違うな俺は希望を手にしたんだ俺の引いたカードは封印されしエクゾディア
何
今お前のカードが全て揃った
バカなエクソディアだと奇跡を起こしたというのか
怒りの豪華エクゾートフレーム
やったぜ遊戯の勝ちだ
そんな兄様が負けた。
いくらカードが
Somehow this was one of the freaking most epic first episodes of an anime I've ever seen still.
強くても心の通わないカードでは意味がないカードと心を一つにすれば奇跡は起こるんだ
バカな僕が負けるなんて。
海馬お前の心の悪を砕くマインドクラッシュお前の心の中の悪は砕け散ったぜ
気がついたのね。
遊戯。
ペガサス様、海馬コーポレーションの海馬瀬戸がデュエルに敗れました。
Pegasus is one of the greatest freaking anime villains ever, by the way. Either way, this is just preview and the ending, so we're gonna end that here. I really enjoyed freaking Duel Monsters. I guess I would have enjoyed the rest of the series as well, but I don't know. GX kind of started dragging in the like early stages, and it always made me want to drop the show again after a while. This never had that problem. Also, 5Ds, I don't know, freaking card games on bikes was never my kind of thing. It's kind of weird. But we will have a look at that anyway. And yeah, maybe at some point we'll watch the entire thing again and just go through all of the series. But that's if I ever like get to do this full time or something, because I'm definitely not doing this kind of series for an eventual like watch along slot, because this would take way too long. Either way, I'll see you for season 0, episode 1, and all of the openings and endings in both Japanese and English, as well as was there anything else? Oh yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged in another video for each of these. That's going up at the same time. So if this is the first one you watched, then you've got a bunch of others to watch right now. If this is the last one you watched, then thank you for watching all of them. If you're missing one still, go ahead and watch that now. And I will see you tomorrow for the next first impression. And also on Wednesday for GX, because as I said, every other day we'll do one of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series now until we're done with those. By the way, the next like franchise of shows that will get this treatment that's on the list right now is Fate, because Fate got recommended twice already as well, so that is on the top of the list as well. So that is currently what is coming up next in terms of multiple iterations getting this treatment. That will come up after we're done with Yu-Gi-Oh! The next week after that we'll have Fate, and we'll start going through all of the Fate series. Yeah, with that announced, I'd say see you tomorrow. Till then, leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and my name is WW Dadman.